Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever it is, whenever it is you watch this video. Well, I have something brand new today. Something I'm really excited to get into. Something that I have not had the opportunity to do before, and it is in this box. So this box actually comes from a family member of mine who runs a business called Sabula Tech. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel and his website down below. It is all RC car parts and all things radio controlled cars. So if you are into that particular hobby, definitely go give him a check out. However, there are not RC car parts in this box because it would make no sense for somebody that runs a coin channel to have RC car parts, even though I think they're pretty cool. This, however, is a box of coins that he has found metal detecting on family properties. Some of these come from his grandmother's property, and some of these come from our family farm that is over 100 years old. I know some of these coins are silver. I know some of them are copper, and they're in a variety of different states. Some have been cleaned, some have not been cleaned yet, he said. So I am very excited. We are going to go through these together and see what he has been able to find on his metal detecting in different areas in our state. So let's get into it. All right. So I went ahead and cut the box open. And let's see what we got. All right. So here are the ones that have not been cleaned, as they are covered in dirt. Here are some that have been cleaned. So this one is actually a Mercury Dime that was found on our family farm. I'm going to go ahead and pop it out of this flip so we can get a closer look at it. All right. So how's this for a metal detecting find? 1940 Merc Dime, Denver. Now, I know this has been cleaned because it came out of the ground. However, that is a heck of a find. Very, very, very cool. All right, I'm going to set the box out of the way here. And first, let's go through these. I'm actually going to get a second mat out so I don't make a mess. All right. Yes, I know this is a penny mat. However, I'm going to put that really awesome Merc Dime up there. And let's go ahead and see what we can find here in these. These all appear to be Lincoln cents. Grab my trusty loop here. 85D. 1983. I'm going to stack up my non-coppers over here. 2002. 1969S. Going to set him over to the side. We're going to look at that one closer. Got a 1969D. This is a shield cent, so nobody cares about that one. 2015. 97D. Another shield cent. 2011D. 1947D. Wheat cent. Number 1. 1964D, so copper cent at least. 2001D, 76D, 83, 1982D. Get the light on there. Looks like a small date. I might weigh it later to see what that comes in at. 91D, 82D. I'll weigh that one as well. Oh, here's another wheat cent. 1947 out of Denver. These were all found in the Midwest, so it's not surprising that they are Denver mints. As soon as I say that, I find a 1947 San Francisco. So we've gotten two 47Ds and a 47S. And here's another wheat cent, 1958 out of Denver. Actually, that's a 1953 out of Denver. 1981 out of Denver. Here's another wheat cent. This one's a 1950. Fairly nice condition for being metal detecting finds, for sure. It's a 1945D. Add that to my other, what was it, 47Ds. Add that to the finds. 75 out of Denver. We got another wheat cent. Very nice. Oh, 1927. It's a nice older one for sure. And these last three are wheat cents here as well. Let's see what we got here. Here's a 46 out of Denver. $56 out of Denver. And last but not least, 1941 out of Denver. So, of our copper finds, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wheat cents. Very, very cool. And then these two guys that were from 1982. I'm going to grab my scale here really quick. And let's see what we get. All right. Tear that. We're going to go to grams. So 3.2, that is a copper cent. And 3.2 copper cent. So I'm going to put these over here in my coppers. So in this first batch, before we get into the dirty ones, not too bad. A good run of wheat cents. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more copper cents. Plus some new zincs and this 69S. Let's dig into this 69S, see if there's anything fun with it. So this is a straight up 1969S. I was hoping for double die, but no dice. The really good one in 1969S, hopefully this will focus, is doubling in God. In God We Trust. However, nothing there. There's also another one on Variety Vista where you have doubling on the 9 is a good place to see it. But alas, this is a straight up regular 1969S. So now I am going to get these cleaned up a little bit and see what we have in here, because this is a bag full of dirty, dirty coins. All right. All right, I am back. Spent quite a bit of time working on cleaning up some cents here. These are the really dirty ones that I got. I split them into pre-1959 and post-1959. And in there is 38 copper cents, mostly from the 1960s. a few 70s and a couple 80s, and then one super random 2011 Shield scent. So I'm going to set those over here with my other copper finds. You can tell I did not spend a lot of time cleaning those up. Don't plan on keeping those around too much. Get that Shield scent out of here. Now, this is cool. Now, I spent a little bit more time cleaning these up. And there's some good finds in here for sure. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to sort these out really fast, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about each one of them. All right, I got these all sorted, and there are some goodies. You can see we have some Indian heads here. I have some from every decade of the Wheaties. I got Indian heads, teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s for wheat cents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from the 50s. All in exactly what you would expect to find. Shape from buried in the ground. Just grabbed one of the 1953 Denvers here. So had a good number of 50s for sure, but nothing super crazy to look at there. And in the 40s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 from the 40s. Let's go ahead and have a look at one of those. Here's a 1945. Very, very cool. So, again, nothing super crazy in the 40s, but a good amount of wheat cents nonetheless there. And so let's go into the 40s, or the 30s. So here we have a 1938 out of Philadelphia wheat cent. Very cool. And then we have a 1934 out of Philly. A little bit 1934D. A little bit better date. Now, I did not scrub these into oblivion because I didn't want to ruin them. I tried to clean them just the best I could to pull the dates off of them. So, 3 from the 1930s. That's awesome. Now, let's go to the 20s. We're looking at a 1920. Okay. Fairly good condition for being buried in the ground for quite some time. Now we have now this is a 1920S. I got the scope out, dug around. In fact, here I'll go ahead and slide her under the microscope right now so you can kind of see. I looked at this really close. I thought maybe it was a 21S. But it is a 1920S. So again, a little bit better date. You know from watching all my videos, I keep all of my S's. 1927. This one got caught by a lawnmower, my guess. Poor coin. But here we go. And then lastly, we got a couple of 1928 wheat cents. Oh, this was 1923. Good job, Carl. Nice looking wheat cents. So we're sitting at 5 from the 20s. Set that S aside. Now, let's get into these over here. These are pretty cool. 1910. Pretty darn nice shape, actually, for being a 110-year-old cent and have been buried underground. Now, this doesn't look right on the camera, but this coin is green, green, green. But very cool. 1910. And then this is a 1913. Pretty rusty shape. Had to definitely put this one under the scope to see it. But you see it pretty good here, actually. Rough shape for sure, but still a teens Wheatie, which is very cool. And this one is a 1917 wheat cent. Again, fairly good shape for being buried in the ground for so long. Here we have a 1918 out of Denver, pretty slicked up. Again, I did not clean these super hard. I just wanted to be able to pull a date from them and have them not be filthy. And then here our last teen is, this was really hard to see, it is a 1919. So fairly average teens as far as rarity goes, but still super awesome that these came out of the ground from family property. So that is super cool. We're sitting at 5 from the teens. And now let's look at these. We got some Indian head cents. Let's start with this 1905. Check that out. 1905. Been buried underground for a very long time. Let's go ahead and look at that. You can even see some of the Liberty on the headdress. Very clear date. Let's go ahead and flip that over. Look at the back of this. This is in amazing condition. And some of you may not believe that these came from the ground. That's fine. You're welcome to argue that point, but I can promise you these were all dug up cents. Very cool. That 1905 is in great shape. Then we go to an 1899 wheat cent, or Indian head cent, sorry. Look at that. Now, a little bit less, but you can even see just a little bit of Liberty on the headdress there as well. Let's go ahead and flip this one over, see what this one's looking like on the back. So on the back, it's got a little bit more corrosion, but again, I didn't want to scrub these to oblivion. I wanted to just get some of the dirt off. That's a pretty stinking neat Indian head. And then last, but certainly not least, 1898. Now, this one's the oldest. It is in the roughest shape. Pretty worn down. But the fact that this was found in the ground on a metal detecting hunt is awesome. So there you go. Another great pile of wheat cents. I'm going to go ahead and reset, and we're going to do a final wrap up. Well, there you have it. That was a boatload of fun. So let's do a quick recap of what we have. First of all, we're going to start out with this 1940 out of Denver Mercury Dime. Now obviously that's been cleaned, but that is indeed a Mercury Dime. It was dug up and found at our Century Farm. Then we're going to go through the list. We got 10 modern zinc copper cents. We got 46 copper cents that are memorial back, including that 69S that I'm going to set aside. Then we got 13 from the 1950s, 19 from the 1940s, 3 from the 30s, 6 from the 20s, 5 from the teens, and these 3 Indian head cents. So from this collection of found coins, these, as far as I'm concerned, are the best for sure. These are cool. These are not cool. But a Mercury Dime, 3 Indian head cents, a really early S, and a 69S, that makes for some good fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry it was a little bit longer than normal, but I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Let me know how I'm doing. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe these videos. And as always, have a great day.